No, no more stars.
All right, then. Get the party started.
This show is brought to you by Datsusara. Go to dsgear.com and use code word Joey to get 5% off all of their extremely high-quality functional gear that's made with hemp textiles. They have bags, gis, rash guards, and more. That's Datsusara, and go to dsgear.com and use code word Joey to save 5%. Show is also brought to you by Onnit. Go to onnit.com and use code word church to save 10% on all their great optimization products like Alpha Brain, New Mood, ShroomTech Immune, and ShroomTech Sport.
We're all in fucking fear. But what are you going to do? It's Monday, June 27th. Are you kidding me or what? I'm trying to tell you, motherfuckers. Monday, bitches. Uncle Joey's here. We ain't fucking around. Fresh from Philly. There you go. Oh, shit. Are you fucking kidding me or what? Who opens up with sticks? Nobody even remembers fucking sticks. What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? Uncle Joey here, my main little Jewish brother, Lee Sayat.
Hello.
From the fucking Israeli side of the Sayats. Big envelope. It's got so much loot. You don't even know how much money you got because of the interest. And then my main man, Chris Taloa, in the fucking house. He's going to break down a couple things for you motherfuckers before we get this party started. How you doing today, Chris?
Very good, very
Talking
good.
to the mic.
I'm doing very good.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
I like the new haircut. Everything's beautiful here. I got to tell you guys, I never leave a town, and I got to start doing it more often. I want to thank the people who came to the 5 shows in Philly. You guys were some of the fucking best crowds I've run into in a long goddamn time. You weren't sensitive about nothing. You took the ride. Nobody, It was tremendous. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making me feel special, all right? And it was just a great fucking time, man. Sometimes you forget how good some of these fucking American cities are. Meanwhile, everybody wants to go do this and that, and you just have to tap in. And you see the beauty of these fucking cities.
And Philly's, especially East Coast, Philly's great on every angle because there's history,
fucking
there's
food.
baseball, there's food.
I went to a 24-hour diner. Both of these waitresses could never win a beauty contest if they wanted to. They have been smoking since the age of 8. They were in their 60s and they worked the midnight shift. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You're not taking none of these bitches down. They've seen it all in Philadelphia. One worked for 18 years, the other one, I mean, it was tremendous. I went in there every day, I got eggs. The eggs were fucking burnt. The home fries were horrific. The bacon, it was bacon, but I don't know what animal it came from. But it was delicious. I just sat there and had a great time with them. I drank my water and I gave them a fucking $5 tip and I left. That was the highlight of my fucking 2 days. Just being around normal fucking people in a normal fucking diner. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite place, especially breakfast, there's something weird about breakfast places when people go in there every day. Like, you always see on TV people go to bars. I never went to bars. I went to breakfast places. And, like, they go hang out there every day, especially on the East Coast. Like, every McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts you go into
Has
before 11 o'clock.
Yeah, has a little hangout of old people talking shit. Fucking asking you what you eat. Yeah, why you eating it. What's up, dog?
Nothing much, man.
What's going on in your world?
Just watching. I've never done anything like this, so it's like, whoa, just checking it out.
Yeah, no. Listen, man. I met you over at Legacy Jiu-Jitsu, and we had a couple discussions, and you and Leo, and there's a lot of guys over there that are very health conscious. It's very inspiring, that you see people drinking fucking water with chia seeds in it, and people tell you about their diets there, and people bring bananas, and you showed up with something a little different. You were talking to me about CBD oils, and I've been exposed to them, never taken any of them. I'm not going to lie to you before. I'd never known. I was interested in the health facets of it. I had heard different stories. I heard pro and con, but you know what, dog? I heard more fucking pro than con, okay?
Yeah.
I heard a lot more pro than con. I did a benefit for a woman years ago that had a child, and she was fighting for the kid to get it, and it was just a fucking nightmare. So I have friends in Boulder, like I said, that ever since the whole Colorado legalization, two people on his blocks moved there because their children had either epileptic fits or something else was going on, and they put them on a CBD diet, and now the kids speak, and they go to school, and they can play in the fucking sun, and, you know. So you hear all these great effects for young people. You know, I heard that it has effects on dementia. I read the other day that it affects dementia, that if you start as a preventive, it fights dementia, lowers your risk of having fucking dementia. So something's got to be going on here, and somebody's lying to us. Do you follow what I'm saying to you? Something's got to be going on here, and somebody's lying to us.
That's a powerful thing to say because, you know, there's so much I want to say, but to watch ourselves in these areas, you know, I want to just be so open about it, like the individuals that I have seen that have decided to take and use CBD oil and properly use it, that have had cancer that I've known of, have all done extremely well. And the times that I've seen them doing really well, like I'm not going to say that CBD oil is doing the work. I just know what I'm seeing, and they're doing really well. And then the ones that I have lost, you know, they've been people that are really close to me, have stayed the use with the doctor's routes with the chemo, and I've watched some really good friends pass away. And you know, this last year we lost a guy named Brock Little from Hawaii. He's a really he was like an amazing individual. He got me into the movie industry by mistake. He opened a lot of doors for a lot of people's lives. He's just the most ballsiest. Yeah, he was like one of the most ballsiest individuals I ever saw, like in the surf world. And we all looked up to him. He was like our hero, our Superman. And when we saw him get cancer, and he wanted to hide away from it. I didn't know how he took the CBD oil, what type of CBD oil it was, or how the CBD oil was that was processed that he got. Well, you know, he kind of just wanted to go already. It was a lot of pain for him, and he passed on, and had a memorial for him this past weekend. And it really put a fire under my butt to like go looking and seeing what the heck's going on here, because that's like I lost a lot of good friends recently, and then now there's a lot of kids getting this, and I'm like, why is that, you know? And you know, I have a friend of mine from Maui who was sick for a long time. He was surfing in Tahiti when they had that nuclear blast out there, and the wave hit him in the face. Him and all these guys on this Greenpeace boat, and most of the guys on the Greenpeace boat, they died except for one guy that was down by the engine room. And Bogie got hit direct in the face with this wave, and you know, he knew already something was wrong. And since that time, he hardly sleeps. He's been going through major surgeries all through his face and everything else like that. And I believe that the reason why he's still alive is because he does a treatment called ozone, and this oil is doing something that's keeping him alive and keeping him here. And you know, all the positives that he hears that's going on with this stuff is helping him stay strong to keep going in this path and stay here, because there's some times where he doesn't want to be here because the pain's so outrageous that he's going through. But he's here, and he's here for the reasons, you know. And
what's ozone treatment?
He goes to this machine, and they take the blood out of his body, and it goes to the machine, and then when they put it back into his body, it's blue. It's like a blue color. It takes all the toxins out of it, everything. I think this is what who's that guitarist from
Keith Richards?
Yeah, I think he does this stuff to stay alive. That animal.
You had a question, Lee.
Well, I wanted to expand on what you said. The fucked up part is, yeah, I mean, medical marijuana gets a bad rap. You know, you can just go and say anything. But if people are lying to us about curing cancer, that are like destroying families, it's not like, oh, we can cure the cold with marijuana. It's like, oh, we can cure cancer. If that's what's being lied about, it's crazy.
See, that's what scares me, because
the point that I don't think you're saying is that this cures cancer.
I don't want to say that.
Okay, right. That's what
but let me just say this.
Right.
Let me.
I misspoke. I'm sorry. So not cures, but it can assist in some of the negative aspects of it, or increase or help with your healing power, whatever it does. If anything helps, if doing backflips helped, and you weren't allowed to do backflips, then why? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So you know, like there's a lot of CBD oils out there. All these guys are making these different forms, really doing their best to make what they're making. I'm not going to knock any of it because I know that this stuff works to a degree. I don't know what theirs is working at and how it works. I just know that ours is a step above everybody else in a lot of ways because we have 2 different types of chemical compounds in our oil that just rock people. I mean, we had a girl that was in the ICU. She was like a week and a half left, and she was going to go, and she had like these coral forming tumors sticking out of her gut, and it was bad, and they wouldn't let her put the stuff in her mouth. The doctors wouldn't let her put it in her mouth because they didn't know what was in it. So they started putting it on topically, and it started to dissolve, and she finally had a chance to go to sleep, and she actually slept. It was the first time she slept forever. She had catheters in her for to get her to like dump all her toxins out of her body and stuff. And then finally the doctors, they tested it and said, oh, this is nothing. It's just glycerin. It ain't nothing. Go ahead, give it to her. So they gave it to her, and she took it into her body, and all of a sudden, within 6 hours, or I think 6 hours, she had chemo now. She got knocked with the chemo like 2 days prior to this, or two or 3 days prior to this. Her white blood cell count went from like zilch to 600 in 6 hours. And then within 24 hours, she was going home, and she went home. Then within 2 to 3 weeks, her tumors reduced to 50%. Then after that, they don't know where the fuck the tumors are. And she's running around, jumping around, screaming, where's my magic drops? Ah! She's a little girl having a good time, and she's with her family. And to me, that's an amazing, beautiful, to me, me and my wife, it was emotional for us. We cried for a while. I called up Tyson Beckford. I was like, Beckford, dude, I got to tell you something. I was shocked. Dude, I had to talk to somebody that maybe could help me get this out, looking for a name that could do that. And it's just, I told him all this. It was like, for him, it was like, what, you said you just saw Bigfoot? Just what? I don't believe this,
Let me ask you
But
this.
I understand it for him,
For people at home, I want you to explain to the people in Ohio what this fucking thing is from day one. You get reefer. Is it 80% reefer? Is it strong reefer? Is it just reefer that the weed stores don't want that sell to you? You have an extraction machine. How do we get CBD oil? Let's start from scratch because I don't know dick.
Hey, I'm learning all the time, okay? Because there's a lot of
Different
bogus
systems.
crap out there.
Right,
okay?
right.
I know this much. You get anything that has sugar in it, or it's made, they use chemicals to extract, or there's alcohol in it. Right there, I can guarantee you there are going to be some compounds that aren't going to be in that CBD oil, or it's not going to have the same kind of effect. Plus, what if the person's an epileptic or has seizures because they need the sugar kind of thing? You can't give them something with sugar. You want something with glycerin, so you don't even affect that stuff.
How was yours?
Ours, we have glycerin, and we cold press this stuff. It takes us a year to process this stuff, and we're lucky to get 30 gallons a year. We're dedicated to making it proper. We do the best job that we can. I'm super focused on making sure that this stuff gets out to the public in every single aspect. I'm not going to run away. I know that I'm doing a good thing. I just seen so many good things. The autistic children reacting differently. PTSD people. I got some gnarly PTSD, and this stuff really helped me to really bring some stuff down and calm down. I can say sorry when I don't want to say sorry, stuff like that. It's amazing. It helps me reroute my cerebral, my brain. It helps me to get around things that were triggering me before and be able to sit with it without reacting to it. And when that happens, a neurological pathway is formed that helps me go around the trauma that would normally trigger me to flip. It gets me around to the other side and gets me connected to the other side. What happens now is there's a pathway built. The next time I come across some freak accident trip that blows my mind, the route is easier for me to get around without even being there, even if I got the oil or not. I don't have to keep taking it. I'm not hooked to it. It just helped me get my route there. That's all. This stuff is amazing. We're the only guys that the VA is even considering using. Like Weed for Warriors came out. this was going to happen with us, we almost got this deal going through with these guys. I can only imagine what a blast and what this stuff could do for someone's mind.
Okay, now let me ask you this: the VA is already considering using CBD oils, or they're using
They're
them
considering
already?
right now. They want to use it, and we're one of the guys they're considering to use. You know, I'm proud of this product. I'm really proud of what it does. You know, like
The reason why you're on the show is because I could tell how proud you are.
I'm super proud, man.
And I wanted you to break this shit down to these motherfuckers, not, you know, how your product is better than the other product.
that's
but I
not
want
it.
you to
Yeah.
break down. I know your product is great.
CBD's a beautiful thing, man. If you can get it in any form, I don't know how the other guys are working, but get it, and you'll notice some things. Like,
What should it have in it? Like, let's say it doesn't have glycerin in it. What do I want to look for?
or if I don't want sugar, I don't want sugar in my CBD oil.
No sugar.
I don't want sugar in there. I don't want alcohol in there for sure, too. There's two chemical compounds that I can see that we have in this stuff here. One of them, CBDA, at 6.27% of this stuff, and the other part is CBGA, which is 21.69% of this stuff. Then we got the CBD, which is only 1.20%, and D9 THC, which is 6.75%. The THCA is 64.1%. There's two chemical compounds you're not going to find using those others type of things in there, or you're going to get a really small amount where it's not really, you're not going to get that effect. I believe that these two chemical compounds, I don't know why, I'm just going from my own assumption from my taking this stuff. When I hurt my back, and I hurt it all the time because I don't like to lose, I keep trying, and jiu-jitsu just, fuck it, we're at war, bring it, you know. So this stuff, maybe I get a sprain or something like that. I noticed that taking this oil, the inflammation, that pain within 90 to like 2 minutes, this stuff is gone. If not gone, it's almost gone. And if I wiggle my hips around and try to relax and stuff, my body knows what's up. It releases. And
Well, I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You gave me a bottle. You gave me 2 bottles.
Yeah.
And it sat in my thing for 3 or 4 days. You know, I went online. I looked up your company. I thought about what my friends said to me, you know. And I took it as preventive medication, you know. Now, you know, I'm 100 pounds overweight for my body frame. My right knee has had surgery on it, and I fucked it up right off the bat. The left knee's tip-top, my glue, knock on wood. My shoulders give me a little pain from doing behind-the-neck things. And, you know, guys, it's like my friend Tim. He gets in and out of a truck all fucking day. You know, he doesn't have a broken ankle, but in the winter and all that stuff, your body gets sore. Okay? No, this is what I was thinking about. So what the fuck do you guys want me to tell you at home? This is what I did. I did exactly what these guys do. Leo drinks a smoothie for breakfast. He's a vegan. So I started putting fucking almond milk with cherries, like Leo told me. I started drinking my smoothie in the morning, and then I spray the stupid shit in my fucking nose, the whatever, to lower the inflammation, steroids. And then I blast, you know, you told me, you said, listen, your body's used to it already. It calls for 3 drops. So I put maybe 6 drops in there. Okay, now what do you guys want me to tell you? My dick got harder so I could see through walls. I will tell you what I felt differently. I felt a little bit more energetic in the mornings than I usually do. I felt myself thinking a little clearer. Now, I didn't take anything else. The only other supplement I take beside this is my protein shake, the Hem Force, and I take the protein after drink I get that my friend's company makes. It's low sugars and all that shit. And I could take a baby aspirin and that's it. And I take 6 drops of this. Now, let me tell you guys what I've encountered. I'm a fat fuck. When the judo guy came to town, usually I wouldn't go. I don't want to get flipped. Mm-hmm. When you're heavy, it doesn't feel good to get flipped.
No,
it's a lot of
weight
pressure, and
to
in
fall.
one drop, I know how to fall. I went to Aikido as a kid. I went to, you know, now you learn how to break falls. I went to the jiu-jitsu, the judo one. And they pick your ankle up, Lee, and throw you up in the air, and you land. It was tremendous. I can't lie to you. They was starting from the feet, and you do the whole thing. No flips, no crazy 69s and all that shit. Just a leg toss, you know. I got to tell you something. I woke up the next day, and I didn't feel dick. Okay. I got a little pain in my wrist. I don't have that much pain anymore. If you want me to tell you that my knee is healed, I can't say that to you. That's a torn fucking meniscus in there, and God knows what else is in there. But that little ache I would get in there from time to time, which is a little bit of arthritis, is gone. I could feel the tendon. I'm no fucking gene. I'm not going to tell you that the CBD oil healed the tendon. I'm not blind anymore. That's when people are not going to buy into it. But when I read the amount of people going to Colorado for their children, when I read about people taking it for PTSD, somebody got arrested 2 years ago because they got it shipped to their house, but the guy said he didn't hear voices anymore. He was still a little fucked up, but he didn't hear voices. If it keeps you together, I have heard phenomenal results with cancer. Phenomenal results with cancer. In fact, they even said that the edibles with the marijuana, it was kind of bad for you because of the sugar, that they'd much rather you have the cannabis oil, however the fuck you say it. I'm not going to say it right.
Cannabinoid oil.
Cannabinoid oil,
I don't fuck, bro.
I fuck it up too. So
whatever. CBD
I don't
oil.
talk about this with you people because I know that there's a lot of states that are listening to this, or a lot of countries, and you don't know that this exists or this is available to you. You do know, but you don't want to know about it. I'll tell you what, in my 30 days, that's what I felt. But I felt something else. I sleep better. I've been hitting a certain REM
sleep, yeah.
REM sleep, because I've been dreaming. I had a dream I went back to Cuba with a bunch of these motherfuckers, and I lost them. Eddie Bravo, I lost everybody. But Becky kept fucking, I couldn't get it. She's like the flu.
Well, how much do both of you, because you used to, Joey, did you get any kickback? Because I know if I told my mom, who grew up in the 60s and 70s, that I was using marijuana medically, she'd laugh or say, be very skeptical about it, because they think of it as reefer madness. It's a drug. So how much of a kickback? Have you either of you guys gotten?
Kickback? What do you mean, like?
Like just people being like, "Oh, that's snake oil," or that's not real. Or
I've heard a little bit, but not as much as I was expecting. I got a lot of people more. They don't want it because it's drugs.
Right.
That thing, but not so much snake oil, but because it's drugs, I can't do it. No, I lost one of my best friends, Eddie Solomon. He actually was a semi. He kind of knew like Dana White would give him a couple shirts for his fights and had a big bull symbol for it and all that. And we tried to get him on this stuff. He spent like $750,000 chasing the world, doing different chemos all over the place, and it wasn't working. And then he just went down. That to me was like, whoa.
I read a case where. And guys, I'm no medical fucking journal. I'm just here to describe what I read to you. I read a case where they did something, not chemo, to lower the tumors. The tumors went down.
Oh, with the CBD oil?
Yeah. No. He did something completely different. Not chemo, some other type
radiation?
Some other type of, it's the same fucking shit, ain't it? Radiation and chemo.
Oh, I thought it was two different things.
He did something else that went down. This is a case like in England or some shit. And then he went on the CBD oil. No, here's the deal. He did it. It came back. He did 3 different treatments. The doctor didn't work for him. His sister suggested CBD oil. He did the CB oil. After all that stuff, the things went away and never came back. He's cancer-free 3.5 years. Okay, that's not a snake oil fucking story.
No, that's not snake oil.
They even went and they talked about the laboratory they got it from, and the lab broke it down. We're about to get a call from Chris's partner, and he's got more of the facts about science and stuff like that. These are the things I have read. Like I said, I have a friend, DG, and he lives in Colorado, whatever the fuck, and we were talking about a month ago or whatever, and he was telling me the amount of prices in homes, how they've gone up. But he goes, a lot of these people are onto something, because their kids either get epileptic fits or there was something else. This was no cancer involved here. This was where the kids don't get fits no more. The kids are focusing better in school. One thing I noticed was beside the sleep on my end was very good. I was getting solid asleep, and I was getting 7 hours a night. But what I forgot to tell you guys was also a sense of calmness. Lee, yesterday I gave somebody a ride home out of the kindness of my heart, and they drove me into an alley that was bumper-to-bumper traffic. And only one car moved every 10 minutes. Here I got my luggage in the fucking car. I wanted to turn around and punch him right in the fucking mouth, because he lives on this block. He should know there's fucking road construction on a Sunday. But I gotta tell you, I wasn't even mad at all. Like it didn't bother me. Like little things, I was mad last
And you
week.
attribute that to the CBD oil?
I have a sense of calmness. And I don't know what that calmness is from. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still a fucking animal. I'm still a degenerate. But these are the things I noticed. Whenever you work out, Lee, okay? Mm-hmm. You're a big guy. You're a strong guy. Whenever Chris works out, I get on top of Chris. I'm 300 pounds, okay? Chris isn't bench pressing me. But he's moving around. Jiu-jitsu, all that stuff, kettlebells, is anaerobic, okay? So, yeah, you focus on those big muscles. If I tear a bicep, God forbid it hurts. If I tear something, it hurts. But every time you work out, you tear little fibers. You tear little fibers around your fucking joints. You know, stuff that you don't feel, you don't fucking know. You know, I think this helps. I think this helps your joints. I think this helps a little bit with arthritis. We were talking about my friend's dad that his mother said it didn't work in her hands. But the father doesn't use a walking stick no more. He only eats a little piece of a Chiba Chew. Just a little piece before he takes a fucking hike. So these are the things I fucking heard. Do I believe in all this shit? Yes and no. Yes and no. Somebody's lying. Somebody's fucking lying. Or somebody's not approving this for a fucking reason.
Well, I saw something recently where a doctor was breaking down that when he was just coming clean about it, saying like when doctors do the chemo stuff, they actually get a kickback and they make some money there, you know.
Of course, they probably pick a certain kind of chemo.
Well, the insurances, they bill you $82,000, even though it's only really $10,000.
But you get a percentage of that if you're a doctor.
Well, the doctor, at the end of the year, you get a bonus from those companies. You know, whether it's pills you prescribe.
It's money based.
You know, I got 6 pills to prescribe to you when you come into my office, but I prescribe you 1. If I prescribe that pill to 4 out of my 10 patients that come in with anxiety problems, I'm getting a bonus from them at the end of the fucking year. If I convince Lee, who's a doctor, to do the same fucking thing, and Chris to do it, that's the way the political system works. That's part of our politics. Them giving it away. You know, let me explain something to you. How long does a fucking commercial last for a drug? Chantix.
30 to 60 seconds, probably.
No. How long? How long do they play them for? You ever see if they
years.
play them in blocks? But they play them in blocks. For 90 days, you might see them a lot. I guarantee that's the end of the year rush for them. And doctors are giving that shit out like hotcakes. When you come into a doctor, the doctor will say, listen, there's a generic pill that's $32, but this is way better. I'm going to give you a sample of this. What, do you want to eat the generic shit or you want to eat the good shit? So he gives you a little fucking taste. It's like dealing coke. It's like stealing weed. Here, take this bud. I'm going to call you in an hour if it's fucking good. Nobody wants the Ugat's pill. They want the good pill. So they get bonuses based on that stuff.
And then the price of cannabis, even with the markup, is...
Now, I grew up in Boulder. So I was introduced to holistic medicine in Boulder. Did I jump up and down over it? No. But I knew a lot of people that took care of a lot of problems I have. I have bursitis on my feet. I went for that shit where they fucking drain the bag out of your foot, Lee. You want to talk about pain? Let me kick you in the nutsack, Lee. That's a fucking introduction. That's nothing. When they stick a needle in your heel, pull that out, and then put another cortisone shot in your fucking heel. And they got to do both feet in both days. You know what I'm saying?
Walking's no fun.
No, you can't walk for a day, and then they put the heel. No, but if you get bursitis, you have no idea what that's like, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm trying to hide behind this thing.
If you get bursitis, you have this pain every time you sit down.
Okay.
If you ever have it, you'll fucking know you have it in your heel. It's from wearing the wrong shoes or running without proper support. It's like shin splints. It's the opposite of shin splints. So what happens? You're on your feet, everything's great. Go sit down and get a pen and call your wife. When you get back up, you have no fucking idea how your heel feels. When you get up to pee in the middle of the night, you have no fucking idea. When you wake up in the morning, you dread it because you got to get on that foot. So they have to shoot that foot, drain it, and put a fucking cortisone in there to lower that shit.
And so you're saying, does the weed make that pain go away?
Well, I haven't had it in years, but I'd like to see how all that stuff affects that. And trust me, there's studies going on right now. There's tons of studies.
And it's always...
Tons of studies.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of studies. You know, all you need is 10 people to come out and say that the tumor's lowered. All you need is 10 people to come out and say they had chronic arthritis and now they don't have swelling in their hands. That's all you need. We need people to step up and say it. That's all. We need people to make YouTube videos and tell them the amount of drops they took and show it.
Yeah.
And wake the fucking world up. You know what I'm saying? I know if I was doing something and I was getting a fucking super positive result from it and I wasn't sharing it, I'd feel like a fucking asshole. I feel like a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Wait a second. I got a kid that can't, you know.
When you know what's going on and you don't say anything, you're just as guilty. So that's me, man. Like I got this. I want spiritual wealth. I don't need anything other kind of wealth. Spiritual wealth to me, that's where I get it. Like being real with this, you know. Like this is what it's doing for people. I want to make sure people can see it. I want to make sure people can get it. I want people with their children to be able to.
Got a tattoo of weed on you?
Huh?
You got a tattoo of weed?
No,
on you?
nothing like that on me. Nah.
Do you understand? You don't come in with weed shirts. You're not one of those fucking monkeys.
No, I'm not
with
here
the
to like
fucking SWAT
yeah,
sticker
I'm not,
on your head.
No, you know what I mean.
I respect you and Leo a lot. I've learned a lot since I've been going to that class
Hey,
over there.
me too. Nice people.
Because I look up to those guys in a way that I don't look up to nobody. I don't give a fuck about these creatures I deal with in the music industry and the comedy. I got no fucking respect for them. There's like a handful that you really like. The rest of them you talk to because you got to talk to these fucking morons. But I look at the people. Since I was a kid, man, my mom used to always tell me, right out, you're going to have two choices in life. You can hang out with fucking losers or you can hang out with people that are doing something. Usually those people aren't as interesting, but you learn more from those fucking people. And sometimes I sit there and I look around that class and I talk to people and I ask them creepy fucking questions. You know, there's a reason why you're built that way. What are you doing? And they'll say, I'm a vegan, or I'm not. I can't imagine my life without a steak, but that's out. But nobody can say you could be a half a vegan.
What's half a vegan?
Half a vegan, instead of eating 4 steaks a week, you eat 1.
Okay.
Do you follow what I'm saying? And you eat 6 ounces with 2 eggs or something like that. You know, you could be a half a vegan. You know, you could eat fish all the time, and you could look at your egg count. You know, you could make protein shakes in the morning. Lee, I always made a smoothie with almond juice and fruit and a little fucking banana, and then an hour later I'd eat eggs. Guess what? I eliminated those eggs, and at 11 I have a protein shake now. So there's no solid food in me before lunch.
No way.
Yeah,
So how long?
I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to do that for the next fucking 6 weeks. And then go to jiu-jitsu at 12, do that workout, then come home. Going to have a tremendous meal, a salad, a protein.
Hey, I got a good easy salad for you.
A little bit of a carb. I don't eat a lot of shit.
No, just keep it simple.
Lettuce, tomato, onions, maybe an avocado, vinegar and oil. You made my fucking day.
Right here, like easy stuff.
Like what? Quinoa?
No.
Go ahead.
No, I put avocado in there.
All right.
And then you get kale, and you get oh my god, I can't get the name of the plant in my head.
Yeah, you're 0-2 already with the kale.
Yeah,
already.
arugula.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
But where the fuck can you get arugula? Even Steve Martin couldn't find it in the Witness Relocation Plan.
I don't know.
You ever see that movie? He kept saying, I can't get no arugula.
But you can put CBD oils in those shakes, can't you? Like in the smoothies and shakes that you do?
I'd rather put it directly in my mouth, let it get absorbed like he told me, 60 seconds. So it's like when we eat those stars, Lee.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, my friend. I got no reason to lie to you two guys. The other day I didn't see Anarchy edibles, but I took those wacky taffies to fucking D.C. with me, wherever the fuck I was, Philly. I'm sorry. Thursday night, I took that wacky taffy and I chewed the shit out of it like it owed me $10. And I got to tell you something. I felt this fucking feeling within 20 minutes. And I got, we're family here. We fucking ate 900 milligrams today. That had 200 milligrams. And within 20 minutes, I was on fire. Once I got on stage, Lee, I blacked out. Like blacked out. Like it was this fucking act. I told him about my friend that did coke and thought he had a fly on his forehead. And he would smack his forehead, interrupt everybody, and go, shh, there's a fly on my forehead. And then he would smack his forehead. I took him deep into the murky waters of the underworld. But Friday night, I did the same thing. I chewed the fuck out of it. Because it's all in your mouth, Lee. That's my point.
That's why
if
I
you
chew
swallow
it.
those, no, you chew them because
always
you're a half
swallow.
a fruitcake. I cut it in half.
You don't cut it in half. You
Yes,
just
I
swallow
do.
it.
I can eat 2 more. Chew them down like a fucking, like a nickel. How you feeling on that star, dog? I don't want you to tap out like Owen Benjamin.
No, man, you can't
You're
tap
my
me
brother.
out.
Shit, you're the fucking man of steel. This motherfucker born and
tap me
raised in
out.
Hawaii.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was drinking fucking kale and reefer shakes at 3.
I had capsules for the first time the other night. They were really good. I'd never done them before. They took a little while to kick in, but have you ever done those?
You know why they took a while to kick in?
Because you have to like melt the capsule.
No, because sugar.
That's what I figured. That's what I
Because
figured.
sugar. The star has sugar. When you go to a fucking bar
Right.
and you drink like a fucking gin and tonic,
Okay.
something happens, but it doesn't. Get that same fucking go to the frozen drink place across the way, and get a Bahama Mama with 100, and watch what happens to you, because that sugar goes right into your
Oh, that's smart.
fucking, and next thing you know, you're
warm.
fucked up. So that edible takes longer because it's a capsule and it's oil. You know
Next
what I'm
time I'll
saying?
have to do it with like a milkshake
Who
or
the fuck
something.
you think you're dealing with, Lisa? I had some fucking novice here. That's why they put sugar in all that shit.
I thought it was to mask the
And then
flavor.
people say that if you eat it with cheese, it doesn't work. I don't. Who eats cheese and fucking reefer anyway? People are retarded. I don't eat it with pizza. The cheese lasts longer. I don't listen. The shit we're eating, it'll last longer. With even if I eat a fucking tree, I could eat a rope with fiber, and I'm still fucked up for 2 days. Lee says he's high until he shits the next morning. What kind of animal are you?
Oh, it's crazy. Like I'll be high, bro. I'll be high sometimes until I work out. Like that's why, like, I'm glad that sometimes the kettlebell class is early, because I'll get to the kettlebell class. I'll be like, I'm too high to be here. I'm trying to do a Turkish get up, and then I get scared that I'm gonna drop the weight on my face, because it's a lot of weight. I'm like, I'm too high to be here, and then as soon as you start sweating, I'm like, okay,
It tastes.
I'm okay. That's why I never understood. He always used to tell me, go in that elliptical high. And I'm like, I'm gonna fall off that elliptical. That's why I think it's cool. Segue that CBD is non-psychoactive. Like it's
And that's what people see. That's the biggest thing to make people overcome. One big question I have for you, because this is a question my friend had for me.
Yeah.
Let's pretend I have arthritis. I don't want to do the fucking medication. It makes my fucking asshole itch.
You don't want to get all high and weird. Right.
No,
right.
no, you don't want to do none of that shit.
Yeah.
I try the CBD oils. I'm a union guy. I get a call. I go pee in a cup. What comes back?
Go back to work.
Seriously.
What we got in there isn't even. It's like eating granola with a hemp seed in it. It don't mean nothing. The THC value in here is so low. We're legally allowed to ship this in all 50 states. There's no issue with that.
Are you fucking
We just
serious?
got ourselves, when we stretched out to Australia, we just got ourselves some people working over there now. We want to make sure everybody knows that we're coming in. We're not playing games. We're going to do some work here and do some good things and feel good about it at the end of the day about what we're doing.
I watched a very interesting documentary. I was high as fuck. When I go back to my hotel room, unlike a lot of people, they go out and eat and whatever. I got to shut down. What I just went through was hell. I'm 53. I'm a fat guy. I'm out of shape, and I put my whole soul on the fucking line on stage. I don't want you to pay $25 and for me to half-ass it. So I don't fuck around at these shows. So I talk to people. I do what I can. I go back to my hotel room. I get water. I got bugles this Saturday. It was a little bag of bugles. I took it back to my room. I'm very satisfied. And I decompressed. But there was an interesting show on about acupuncture, about how acupuncture started. Lee, a fucking bird, half man in China. You know, I love to say.
started acupuncture.
Started acupuncture.
Oh,
That's what the people
Wait, what
saw.
half was bird and what half was
Who
man?
the fuck knows? He had wings and a hand. I don't fucking know. But they saw the same symbol in India, and they saw the same symbol somewhere else. And they believed that these people came down, these terrestrials came down and showed them how to heal people. The Chinese bird would eat a drug that would make him hallucinate, and he could look into your body. That's how he created the points for acupuncture. What are they called?
The meridians.
The
channels.
meridians, right? The
right.
channels, the meridians. That's how he devised that shit. And they've even dug up like fucking mummies.
Of
that
these
would-
guys?
Of mummies of whatever the fuck they came from. Egypt, because it was Egypt, China,
Do
and
they look different?
India that saw the same god.
Yeah.
A man with a bird.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
bird
that's right.
body. So
Oh, that guy.
that guy. So when they went to fucking, very interesting.
They found
It was
that
not-
same thing in China.
They found no. They have proof now that what that motherfucker taught in China, they were doing in fucking Egypt, because they dug up a mummy and they had proof that this motherfucker was doing acupuncture. Not only that, that fucking Ching Wu, that fucking half bird, half man, did an open heart surgery 3,000 fucking years ago before they knew anything about anything. But their claim to fame was that the skies opened up and that the deities came down and showed them how to heal mankind. And this is how acupuncture started. It fucking blew my mind. Then they took it in a different directions with fucking Martians and shit, and I had to fucking put on Blue Bloods or whatever the fuck I was watching. But the point of the story is that I'm a firm believer in acupuncture. I saw what it did to me, and what they were talking about made me believe what I believe about acupuncture, that you go in there, your chi is low from throughout the years. It gets worn from stress, from pain, from drug abuse, weather, your chi. That's how the Chinese believe. It's your fucking inner strength. What they do with acupuncture, that the Americans don't understand. The same reason why this CBD oil is a tough sell, these fucking Americans, because they affiliate it with the hallucinogenic in it, is because it takes time to build your chi back. And once you build your chi with acupuncture, then you become bulletproof. That's when my calves don't swell up after a 6-hour flight no more.
Did you know that there's a exercise that the Chinese are not allowed? It's like illegal to do, and it's called Chine-san. And if you look it up and you study it on the internet off of YouTube, it's the simplest thing ever. And the benefits out of the thing are just amazing. It's just self-healing and building your chi up in that way. I kind of recommend people take a look at that, and I also recommend taking a look at something called Falun Dafa. And Falun Dafa is amazing exercises as well that help you to build your chi real powerful.
Yeah, you can do it from within also. That's the best fucking way.
Falun Dafa, yeah. And it was amazing. All of Falun Dafa is just a form of Tai Chi that has just 5 exercises that's illegal to do in China.
What happens if you do those exercises?
They come to your house and fuck your cat. What do you think happens, Lee?
But they were doing. I don't know what they're doing. But all I know is that when I did it and I did it for myself, it really opened up my back and opened up my neck, freed me up.
I think the most important thing that make the American. I think the most important thing, because I see it with my wife. Listen, man, my wife really believes in her yoga. I like that my wife believes in her yoga. Do I believe in it as much as my wife does? No. But I'll tell you what, man, my wife does handstands. She's 46 years old. That bitch does handstands. She can put her legs behind her head. She does one-handed shit that I can't even fucking dream of doing. She's doing a challenge now. She's a little embarrassed about the baby fat that stuck around. I mean, she lost all the baby fat except 3 pounds. When she finishes that, she's even thinking of going to Legacy and doing the tack fit, because her friend was telling her about the tack fit at yoga, and it's very interesting. The whole fucking thing. But I see her belief in it. She doesn't believe in the fucking Swami Lami and the fucking guy with the bikini walking around in the heat. She don't fall for that shit. That fucking pervert. You can't tell that guy is a Cosby Jr. Wait till that comes out. That guy fucking lullabies you with yoga, then fucks you in the ass, then wakes you up and asks you why you've been sweating so much. You know what I'm saying? Look, you're sweating. Yeah, because I just got fucked in the ass. Why do you think I'm sweating and shit? It's Monday night, cocksuckers. That's the truth. So my wife goes to that place. It's an hour and a half. It's guys and men. I've gone in there with her. I love it. It's no incense. It's no fucking Hindus walking around with dirty fucking feet. No, it's 3 white chicks that got their doctorates. One lived in India, and they got together as a business. They're female owners. They don't pimp it out. They don't have child care in there. They take your phone on the way in.
Shut that all down.
My wife gives her an extra 10 and says, the phone rings, it's daycare. I know when she's there. So it's people believe in certain things, and they stick with it, I'm a fat fuck. I go to that jiu-jitsu school. Am I going to be a world champion? No, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to lose the most weight going over there 3 times a fucking week. I'll prove that to you right now. I know it, that my body fat is definitely down since I joined over there, just with that fucking jacket you got to wear. That jacket, when I bring it home, I got to hang it outside. My knee pads, you think I sucked 1,000 cocks in the heat? You think I sucked 1,000 dicks in 90-degree weather and shit? My knee pads are drenched. Who sweats from their knees? I had to get new knee pads. The back of them smelled like fucking a dead armpit. Lee, you could. I was scared when people passed my guard that they could sniff them through the fucking pants. The other guy, there's a bald guy there in class, cool as shit. One day I had him in the north-south, and he goes, Jesus, you're going to sniff my dirty knees. We were howling. Because your knee pads, you have to take them off and leave them outside and let them get dry and then put them in the wash. It's a fucking nightmare. What was my point? I don't even know what I'm talking about here. CBD oils. That's right. Back to CBD oils. What time is it, Lee?
6:52.
All right, so we got 8 fucking minutes. You're going to put Tony Bennett on, or you're going to sit there like I'm going to look at the air and stuff?
You mind if I go use the bathroom?
No, go ahead, brother.
Okay, that's the whole time I'm sitting here like a pee.
Go. No, we're putting music on. Hurry up back.
Yeah, chief.
Oh. Take your time, but hurry up. Go to your right. It's the first door to your right. What are you going to do, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I'm saying? It's Monday night. Me and Lee are on fire. One more star might go down. You might have to do another bong for Lee. Lee's looking a little pale and shit over there.
Oh my God.
Lee, you went fucking pale before.
After that first bone?
Oh my God, your face got really red, and then all the blood shot from your body.
What?
Your eyeballs bulged.
When was the last time you had a bong? It's been a while, right?
Late. Doesn't matter when the last time we did a bong. I've been telling you for months. We're in training.
I know, but I have baby lungs.
We might show up with a bong. We might show up with a pipe. You got to be prepared with Uncle Joey. You know what I'm saying? You never know what we're going to fucking show up with. A star, a mushroom cap. You threw away those mushrooms, cocksucker.
I didn't throw away any.
Yes, you did. You didn't want to eat no more mushrooms, but the liquid fucking acid's still hidden in the vault of life.
Yeah, that's what I would have thrown away.
How you feeling, all right?
I'm feeling pretty immaculate at the moment.
Good. You're looking fucking pretty immaculate yourself, too. What?
Yeah, well, no, my dad and I had a great time this weekend.
I'm happy. You put a tear to my eye last night. He looks great. He's getting old. We're getting old.
Yeah, he's having a good time. But
we got fucking super high with him. We fucking sent him fucking packing last night. His hair, he was hearing fucking Vietnamese people yelling and jumping through weeds and shit. That weed was tremendous last night.
Oh my God, it was really good. He left with some edibles. We got some delivery, which I've never done before, which is really cool. I've never done that, and it was really fun. Yeah. Oh, we saw that new Independence Day, which was pretty terrible.
I know that. When you told me you were there, it's like
we saw the first one though.
There's Lee going back to his old school things again.
It was a double feature. The original was so good.
A double feature of fucking that. They hit you with the first. It's like going on a date. She lets you suck her titties. You drop 200, and then she tells you you got to go home because her brother's sleeping on the bed. You know, that's what happened to fucking you when you went over to see that dumbass fucking movie. You could tell that was bad in the commercial. You're like, oh, they fucked up. They fucked up. Did they win $1 million? Did it win number one?
I'm sure it did.
To prove how stupid we fucking are as Americans.
Oh no, and
then you wonder why ISIS fucking is gonna shoot you in the fucking head. Because you go see Independence Day. You got to boycott that shit, those Marvel movies. It's over. We're looking for one fucking hero, an American hero. You want to go see Independence Day like a fucking bunch of mooks.
Okay, well.
What?
Here, I know that you're going to think I'm crazy, but I had this thought that they should just stop making new movies and start re-releasing, because you always give me shit for not seeing this and that, and it's because it came out before my time. I think they have enough good movies now that they could re-release those. And
as they are?
Yeah.
Or re-release them with a new cast?
You know what? And I thought about it. That's a very interesting question that you brought up. Because my dad and I, we watched Airplane, which I'd never seen before. We watched Coming to America. We watched Trading Places.
You never seen Coming to America before?
I had seen that one. But
I watched it too this week.
Oh my God, those movies, they stand up, dude. They look a little bit, it's not HD. It's not. I don't think there's actors that could hold up the cast.
What would you rather do, HD or a fucking good movie?
Great movies.
Okay, then what the fuck? I don't give two fucks about HD.
Fuck no. Well, I mean,
in fact, when I was watching Coming to America, you could see the makeup.
Yeah,
and I had a regular TV in the hotel room. You could see the fucking makeup.
Yeah,
that's what I could see with HD. That's all I could see. How old the movies really are. But the movie's a solid fucking movie.
Oh my God, fucking Airplane. Are you serious?
Are you fucking serious?
Have you ever seen a grown man naked? I never.
It's all a bunch of dumb classic. Is that the one with OJ now?
No, it's the one with Kareem. He's the
Colonel
co-pilot.
He's the
Bar, yeah.
co-pilot. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
But it's okay. I understand that it's very far fetched, and my thought was that the stars now could have access to the camera
Let me
equipment
ask you
and
a
stuff
question.
to release it
Both
on
of
iTunes.
yous. Both of yous.
Yes.
Forget your fucking iTunes. Who's gonna play Charles Bronson in Death Wish? Go ahead.
No one.
Give me 30 seconds. I'll give you 60
Depp.
seconds. Who?
Depp.
Please. Please. Let him keep smacking the bitch. Why you
Oh
fucking-
yeah, no, yeah. Can't have him, no.
Okay. No, I'm not
hurts
mad at him
everything,
because of that. That's just a joke, people.
No,
I'm
no.
just fucking around here.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
Maybe Liam Neeson.
Javier Bardem.
Oh, come on, guys.
Yeah.
No,
would
not
be
that
me.
lurchy
That
motherfucker.
was me, man.
Death Wish right now, if I had to fucking cast it, Death Wish. Problem with Death Wish is, if you really watch Death Wish, the problem is he sold the architect, but his face didn't. Go ahead, put on a piece of Death Wish, just any piece. One of the most disgusting, fucking, disturbing rape scenes I have ever fucking seen in my life. I was a young
Does it go up
kid.
there so we can all watch?
Yeah. I left that movie theater
good.
fucking mummified. Eric Goldblum is one of the fucking robbers in that movie.
Shit.
And that white dude that's still around.
The only thing scared me back then was seeing the Alien movie.
Oh, fuck, this made the Alien movie look like a fucking tic-tac-toe game. I mean, this is fucking rough when you're a child. You don't know about that.
What
you know
year is
about
that came out? Like 78?
73. I was 10.
Okay, I was
8.
I was just born.
Okay, let me see. This is what the fucking
Death Wish rape scene.
No, I think keep going. Death Wish 3. Just go up to the beginning. Just right there, where's his muggers? Go ahead.
Oh God.
This is after his wife gets raped, and he just starts going in the fucking street, crazy. All right, he just says, fuck this. Now, here's a guy that's supposed to be a fucking architect, but like I'm saying to you guys, he's got a face not of a killer, but of a weathered man. Who the fuck is gonna play Charles Bronson?
Yeah.
The other thing about Charles Bronson was he was 50 when he did these.
Antonio Banderas.
No, he was 50 when he did these, and he was in good shape. He was in phenomenal fucking shape. So who the fuck is gonna play this? This is my question. They picked a director, they announced this and that and this and that. They're really trying to break my fucking heart. But I'm not breaking. Sticks and stones will break my bones. I won't watch it. And they're doing a second part to The Mechanic, which never fucking existed. How can you do a sequel to a movie that never fucking existed? Look at him. Does he look like a fucking architect to you?
I want to watch this shit go down.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, we're out of here.
Now, this is, I don't know, guys. And you're looking at me, you're listening to me going, Joey, this guy. I don't see nobody else fucking playing this right now, man.
And that's my
Richard
point.
Gere's
Yeah.
too old. Andy Garcia.
Oh, Andy Garcia. Yeah.
Andy Garcia
Andy
might
Garcia.
be able to pull this off.
I can see Andy Garcia.
Not the dude from fucking that show on Showtime, the fucking dude that fixes things. Nah. No, none of those dudes run through my fucking mind right now.
How's that
And
pose?
and that's my point. Like, yeah, maybe someone could play it, but we already have this. So just lower the ticket prices, let families go to movies again.
And re-release. Watch this. Put the fucking thing on. Put the mic on so people can hear it. The guy just ripped his paper. Charles Brosnan shoots him. Shoots this fucking hump. Shoots him again. Shoots this motherfucker again. And he's off the train. It's 1973. There's no fucking cameras. They're not going to be able to do this fucking scene, Momos. Because there's fucking cameras everywhere.
Unless they make it timepieced and everything. That would be hot.
You're a genius right there. But how are they going to do this?
I don't know,
Listen to the
man.
music. Listen to what's going through his mind. See, he's out of there. That's it. He's out of there. The cop, they don't. You cannot suspect this guy. This was a brilliant film because of this. Look, he's gone. Nobody knows
And
nothing.
look,
There's no camera.
Not one piece of dialogue. Nothing.
No,
It was all-
that was the 70s. They made you have imagination.
And they're not
they
gonna-
made
yeah.
you have imagination. There you go. Where'd the cops go? The completely other way. See if there's another scene there.
That's why I like that's why I like the first Alien. They didn't have all that special effects.
the
they
fucking
made you
first
have to
Alien.
fucking. They made you have to like imagine that shit while I was in the
Go
shadow.
ahead, take it. Hook it up. What's happening, brother? Joey Diaz here.
Hey Joey, how you doing?
Good. You got to speak up a little bit down there. You got to speak into the mic, please. How are you down there in Hawaii?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Not bad. I'm happy you called. We were just talking about the whole process of CBD, how the process works, how your product is processed compared to the other products on the market, and the case studies that you've heard about or things you've heard about,
Of course.
So, yeah. So what scientific studies or information do you have regarding your CBD?
Well, the CBD that we have at the moment is completely different than most people's CBD out there on the market. It's a cold press process, and it takes over a year to make the oil. It's not made with the butane or the CO2. It's not made for the quick buck. The person who's doing it actually has really good intentions and started off that way and continues to roll down that path. So it seems like the really good stuff takes a lot longer to make than the average product. Let's say that.
Now, one question. What would happen to me if I did do a CBD oil with the CO2 process? What's the difference? What's going on there?
You know what? I believe they're all very beneficial. Depending on what your affliction is, I've seen a lot of different oils from the CO2 extraction to the RSO. All the different oils seem to affect different people in different ways, and a lot are very positive. I personally have a belief, just from what I've been witnessing, that it's more about the whole plant compounds. It seems that all the compounds are already in the plant, and when you start doing processes to it, you start to eliminate a lot of the important compounds in there that are very medicinal to the body.
Now, where does the hallucinogenic part of it go when you do that?
If it's done correctly, the CBD oil is non-psychotropic and it is not hallucinogenic whatsoever. When you take marijuana or CBD and you heat it up, once it hits its molting point at 180 degrees, it decarbolizes, and it becomes psychotropic and becomes activated, and now you actually get high from it. So as long as you can keep it, if you can keep your process at the right temperatures, you can keep your compounds from activating, and they stay medicinal and they won't get you high. But that being said, I have seen a lot of people go through a euphoric moment when they take the product, and they almost for a second would think they're high, but I tend to believe now, the more I watch it, that they're feeling good, and they don't remember what it's like to feel good all the time. So euphoric is a good thing.
Now, what ailments have you heard that this CBD oil, your product, is effective on?
You know what? It's been effective on just about everything. It's a very broad spectrum oil. I personally don't make it. It's made in Colorado. I just seem to have been the lucky guy to have met up with this person. And it being very broad spectrum because it has all the compounds in it, it's a dietary supplement in a sense where it allows your body to take over and to use the compounds in it that it needs to aid your immune system, to fight cancer, to keep the anti-inflammatories. anti seizure, all of that stuff. It seems that your body can weed through the compounds itself and use the ones it needs and dispense the ones it does not. And considering the other products out there, I don't like to talk bad about products. This is the least invasive thing I've come across in my life that is very beneficial.
Well, what would you say how it works with like say opioid abuse?
Amazing, actually. I have an amazing story. I have a doctor that he himself was on opioids. He is a what I would call a pill farmer, and I gave him the oil because I live in pain myself. I was there for my own pills and my own problems and afflictions, and I offered him the oil, and he took a dose. His phone rang, and I said, "You gonna get that?" And he said, "No, that's my phone saying take my pill." And I said, "You're not gonna take your pill?" And it had only been 2 minutes. And he said, "I don't have the desire to take the pill for the first time in years." So I've seen it work that quick, and that was an MD. And he at the moment is prescribing it to people to get off of their opioids because it seems to have a very positive effect on the opioid receptors. It seems to stop the pain enough to allow your body to say, I don't really want that pill. Then your mind has to deal with, whether you want it or not. And I'm sure the pharmaceutical companies don't want to hear that CBD oil does that stuff.
In my little study that the bottles Chris gave me, in my little study, I found that I was sleeping a little deeper. I've always been an erotic sleeper. I have sleep apnea. But if I get 5 hours, I'm pretty good. But I got to get up one time to pee. Ever since I've been doing the CBD oil in the morning, I get up to pee one time, but it's a tough walk. And when I go back to bed, I go right back to bed and I'm having dreams again. Like vivid dreams. Nothing sexual, just going to Cuba, going to jiu-jitsu, going to a park, shit like that. And
yeah, all the good stuff.
yeah, and I've also realized that those, like I was explaining to Chris, I have a ripped meniscus. I'm not going to tell you that the CBD oil took away the pain, but I'll tell you what, it did take a little bit of pain away from that little arthritis pain I had. I'm a 300-pound guy, so every time I go on my wrist, I rehurt it. But I don't have that constant little pain for an hour after jiu-jitsu or two.
Gotcha. Well, let me explain to you. Just from you saying that you do only a morning dose. If you were to up the dose, this oil is a saturation game. This particular product it's like taking an antibiotic. It has to loop through your system to hit all the organs and to get all the way up into to cross the blood-brain barrier and to really, really get into you. I call it the saturation point. And if you were to actually up your dosage, not more drops, but just more times per day, I bet you that evening you have a longer block of sleep. And most likely, about a week or two in, I bet you would notice that you would have less frequent yearning to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Well, like I said, I used to be a 3-a-night peer. And now it's one good pee about 4:30, which means I got 4.5 good, maybe 5 hours of sleep. It used to be 12, and I'd be fucking walking around at 12 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, I'm sorry, which you don't do dick in 2 hours. It's like. So now I feel like I've been sleeping a little deeper. Today I slept till 7 in the morning. Why? Because when I got off the plane, I blasted that stuff.
Yeah, well, I have amazingly elderly people. Like I have an 87-year-old lady. She takes one drop, and she used to have to eat meds. She had a tumor in her spine, and she gets 10-hour blocks of sleep. I see the stuff do so many different things to so many different people that it's so all over the board. At the moment, if I could show you pictures, I would. I have little kids with cerebral palsy that are 82 days in at the moment without having a seizure, and they haven't been on meds now for 82 days.
Post all that stuff on my wall so I can show everybody out.
Yeah, these are some amazing stories. The lady is on the East Coast with the two kids, and I actually wasn't very knowledgeable in CP at all. And the first picture she sent me, the little kid was holding herself up on a table, and she was so excited. And I said to her, "Is this a big deal?" And she said, "Yeah, my kid can't even sit up." And as you watch the pictures on the wall come in, you'll see that she goes from pulling herself up to walking, crawling. Now she's talking. She's got core strength. They're laughing. They look like little kids. And since I guess the teachers see them the most, their cognitive skills and everything have improved so much that the report's coming back to the mom, and she knows the most because she's the biggest fan and cheerleader. It's undeniable. We gave these two little girls their lives back, and that's just one little story of a lot of good ones that are going on at the moment with this product.
Well, I'm happy you called in and broke it down a little bit further. I wanted that end of it also. Like I said, you know, I went to college in Boulder, and I got into different homeopathic stuff. I had bursitis on my heel and shin splints, and that was the beginning of my shoulder pain. And I went to see different people, and I noticed that you really have to, how that process works is it all starts with belief. And I've been an acupuncture guy now for 9 years, twice a month, you know. And you're right, it's the saturation process. We were just talking about that before. With acupuncture, you got to build your chi up, and then it starts healing, and it starts working as preventive. So I felt the same way about this. I knew it was going to take a while to saturate into my body. I mean, I eat a lot of marijuana every day. There's got to be a couple CBDs already in there floating around. But this is the good stuff, and I wish you a lot of luck with it, and I love what you're doing. And I wish you good luck with the VA. If this is really working on PTSD and all those little brain seizures and whatnot, this is a great product.
It is a great product. I thank you for having me, and I look forward to the world getting a chance at it. It is pricey because we're in the infancy of this whole industry at the moment, and there's a lot of convoluted information out there about how much it costs to make and this and that. But I believe in the near future, it's going to be very accessible, and hopefully the big pharma won't come in and mess it up and take away the real stuff somehow. But I'm glad you got to try it.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, my brother. Good luck to you. And if I'm ever in Hawaii, I'm coming to see you.
You know what? I always hear your show. You just keep up the good work. You are awesome.
So are you, my brother. Thank you for calling in.
Okay. Aloha from Hawaii.
Aloha, my brother.
Yeah, Bogie.
Okay, aloha.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, I'm like I said, I'm enjoying it. I think I'm basically enjoying the calmness of it. You know, when you land on a fucking plane, the fucking airport's never ready. You understand me? In the old days, your plane lands, they always got a gate for you. Now you got to wait. Then you get there, they got to tow it in because the Chinese dude made a left turn. Now I got to wait for the fucking thing to touch the gate. Now the computer broke down. They can't open it yet. You know, that happened to me twice in 2 fucking weeks, by the way. But you know what? I didn't lose my cool. Because I know. What are you going to do? What am I going to do?
Do you have some bottles I can leave around the office just in case?
There's nothing for you.
Just in case I tell them I went and got hummus or something, or an emergency bottle.
No, I'm happy you came on. I really wanted to talk about this on the show. I wanted to talk about the pros and cons. I had heard, listen, guys, if you think I'm going to make a bunch of fucking copies and come in here with paperwork, you're crazy. I'm going to tell you what I read. Now, do I believe what you read? Half of it, but listen, I lived in Colorado for a long time. I got a lot of friends still there in Boulder and Denver. And I hear the chitter-chatter, and even they can't believe it. They can't believe the amount of people that are moving in with all different types of ailments. And these things work miracles, fucking miracles. So who's lying? Who the fuck's lying? they got to be doing case studies at the University of Colorado in Boulder. I know those fucking people. They're cynical.
I just wonder, like, how long have they known, and for how long haven't they told us? Because, man, they've been making some money over here.
Well, they know, but the problem is we have this problem in America right now.
Follow, like,
where
sheeples.
We're trying to legalize it, and that pisses some of Americans off. So guess what happens? CBD falls into that fucking circle. Why? Because it's ignorance. Why? Because it's ignorance. Listen, if you think I'd sit here, if you think I would be here 10 years ago talking to you about this, you got fucking problems.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I would look at you like a fucking kook and go, all right, yeah, whatever, great, that's it. That bottle you gave me, I'd fucking give it to some poor soul. Here, take this, drink this with whiskey.
Yeah.
Now, because I've heard all the fucking positive effects, I welcomed you. I wanted to hear more about it. I'm like, really, man? And then Leo, I believe, if Leo tells me he walks on coals for Anthony Robbins, I'll do it. Even after the people got burnt, those fucking morons. You gotta wear sandals. You know what I'm saying? What the
Leo's
fuck?
awesome. Leo's
I believe anything Leo tells me. I look at this guy, I see how he lives. I know he suffers from anxiety. He's told me he has the same anxiety I have. There's times before he goes to class, he wants to make a U-turn and leaves, and he's very calm. He always looks like he's in a great place when he's there.
Yeah.
So I look at guys like this, and I get little tips from them. You ask them, what's going on in your world? I'm surprised how many people there are involved in some sort of marijuana, which really impresses the shit out of me, because I look at these people, and I don't look at any of those people as stoners at all. I do not. Guys, I can spot them coming a mount away. There's not a person there that looks like a fucking stoner. And sometimes you roll with them, or they teach you a move.
Well, you don't look like a stoner.
Oh, yes, I fucking do. I look like I got hit with 2,000 rocks.
They just smell me. They just smell me. They know. I don't care.
Look at me, dog. I look like I hit with 2,000 fucking rocks on the ugly stick. What do you mean, fucking?
I'm a good boy.
Yeah, but when I think stoner,
My
I
eyes
think
are
like
always
hippie.
droopy.
And...
Now, you got to break that round, but it's really...
I get artistic on it, man. Helps me get real
I
artistic.
went to one place where nobody ever talked about marijuana. It was like nobody ever mentioned it. It was on two places I went to, nobody talked about it. There was one place I went to where people talked about it, but that's it. This place I go to now, nobody looks like they smoke pot. You got to see the people, how they're built there. There's maybe 3 fat people, 4 or 5 fucking guys there.
And they can move.
And the people who have stayed there, those guys get in shape. You just got to keep fucking going.
Look at that one Mexican guy about his size that moves like the wind.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That guy? He moves like the wind.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That guy's a fucking killer.
He's all over my back. We start off, I'm looking at him, and within like 5 seconds, he's on my back. He's trying to shove me this way. He's on my back this way. He's pushing me that way. He's totally on me.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's just for a quick burst. It's for like till the bell stops, The whole time he's moving on you. And then he stops and he ain't even breathing that heavy. He's just looking at you. He just looks at you like he was a bear. Like, that's fine. Let's do it again.
You read, you see ads in the paper, you see commercials on television for to lose weight fast, with frozen food plans, and you see all this advertising and media they throw at you, correct? As an American, that's what you fucking see. You see a ton of it getting thrown at you. And half of us are either overweight or obese, and we're all looking for the answer. Listen, everybody wants to eat that fucking cheesecake after dinner, at that birthday celebration. Nobody wants to go to a birthday party and have a fucking piece of cake,
Absolutely.
They have bad pizza. That bad kid pizza people get now? You know how bad that is for you? You always eat a slice at those birthday
Makes your
parties.
back hurt because it just sticks in your stomach.
Just fucking the
shoves against your
pepperoni
spine.
and shit is dead.
Well, how crazy is advertising? If I see a color of a sign, I'll know what fast food place it is or restaurant it is. We all know logos.
Red and white stripes.
Oh, red and white stripes? Maybe In-N-Out?
KFC.
Okay. KFC's the fattest thing. I couldn't even do KFC.
Well, anyway, KFC.
I
The
love
point of this
KFC. I'll
fucking
eat
story
it.
is that you look at all these things they throw at you in magazine articles, and you sit there going, maybe they're airbrushed, maybe they're not airbrushed. When I go to this place, I see the transformation in people's bodies. In 6 or 7 weeks, I see how they change, and that's how I know this works. You see that geese looking a little looser and shit because it shrinks you in everywhere at once. Inch by fucking inch, it shrinks you. So it's pretty impressive. You know how you see all these fake ads, 20 minutes a day is all you fucking need. No, you
Get
don't.
on the mat, dude.
That shit's not going to fucking work out for you at all,
Get on the
dog.
mat.
20 minutes a day ain't going to do nothing for nobody on the fucking Stairmaster. First off, you can't do it 7 fucking days a week till your legs fall off like poor Lee. One day Lee's going to be walking, he's going to get a sharp pain in his knee. He's going to go, what the fuck is that? The Stairmaster that time for a year straight when I fucking told you to get off that goddamn thing.
I know. I mean, I only do like once a week now. It's
That's all you need. You do those kettlebells 3 fucking times a week. You're swinging double kettlebells.
Why don't you come to jiu-jitsu with us, man?
I used to go with me at the other place.
You got to come over to this school. You love this
He
stuff,
even
dude.
went to a competition and everything.
Did you do a comp? Did you do a comp?
I did not. I was there and I got destroyed. But I'm really enjoying
You
kettlebells
still
right
did
now.
a comp, though. That's
Yeah.
still sick, dude.
I never did a comp.
I'm
I'm
afraid to do one.
petrified.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm
Petrified.
scared. I don't want no one breaking me. I want to surf.
It was fun. It was the most fun I had at jiu-jitsu, but I'm really enjoying kettlebells.
Listen,
right
man,
now.
people don't like everything in life. You know, that's what makes life fucking interesting. That not everybody likes fucking pizza. You know, not everybody likes pizza. The best pizza in the world, some people look at you and go, it's not really me. I'd rather have macaroni and cheese with bacon bits. Okay.
I just love sharpening the blades that we have in that class, man. I love working out with those guys. I like to see them get better. I like to get all weird and do strange things that they don't know what the hell's going on and have them find ways out of it. And
Now,
they're awesome.
In the jiu-jitsu world,
Yeah.
when you've talked to people about this or you've spoken to other classmates about this, what are their results from taking this? What do you hear that they say to you? What's the most beneficial thing?
Back pain. Back pain is awesome for a lot of my friends that have that. That's like any kind of like, you know, that when you work out real hard and then your body's just stiff and sore and the next day you don't want to go, you know, you're just tired. Well, this kind of helps you like get that recovery rate. I think it helps with recovery because it's such a super white blood cell booster, you know? Like it just boosts your white blood cell system. So I have a feeling what it does is it helps you heal up a little faster, you know, from stuff. I don't get as sick as I used to, so I can keep coming to class a lot more. My if I get cuts or abrasions or anything like that, I broke my toe pretty good a little while ago. That thing healed up pretty good. This jiu-jitsu game has been like a plus, and have my body there to be able to do it's like the ultimate. You know, to be at the top level that I can be in that class. You know, I'm not young. I'm 43, but when I'm going against Leo, and once in a while I can take him, that feels really, to me, that's a heavy duty accomplishment because Leo's no joke, and nobody in there is any joke. And if I can hassle them somehow, I feel great about it. You know, at the age that I'm at.
You know, one thing I know for a fact, and I've heard it from people that are anti-marijuana. An Australian friend of mine I have hates this shit.
Yeah.
And he's one of the top trainers in the game. He trains Pacquiao. He was Pacquiao's strength and fitness coach for years. Then they had a disagreement. He opened up his own gym. And then towards the end, Pacquiao hired him back, and Pacquiao had him for the last
Roach?
3 or 4 fights. No, his name is, I call him the Australian, Justin Fortune. He owns Fortune's Gym in Hollywood between Kherson and Gardner. It's behind. You have to go behind the fucking place. There's a coffee shop in front. It's next to a place that makes smoothies and shit.
He doesn't go to Wild Card no more.
Yeah, now he goes to Wild Card to train him, but he still has his gym.
Okay.
So the point being that he despised this shit. He despised it. But one day him and I were having a conversation. And him and I came to the same agreement. He goes, for starters, Bruce Lee ate this shit 30 years ago. And he ate it for a reason, because he knew it took the acid out of your body and it cleaned out the inflammation. He goes, and I know for a fact, he goes, I don't know if smoking that shit, you know, does it, but I know eating it does. And this is a guy that, you know, is anti-reefer. When me and Naka Foley, God rest his soul, would talk about it, he goes, what the fuck are you bloody fools talking about, that marijuana shit? But you know what? He got cancer. And he went on the edibles. And today he's alive. You know, because he got an appetite. He lost weight. He lost a bunch of weight. So I'm not going to sit there in my world and tell you that when I smoke marijuana, it's because the headaches I get of the Martians I see and shit like that. I would love to be able to tell you that. But I do know one thing. When I went to prison, I had been smoking pot at that time. maybe, let's say when I was 25, I started smoking when I was 12. So that was half my life at the age of 25. But at one point, I smoked it recreationally, correct? From 7th grade to maybe junior year in high school. I smoked it recreationally. I smoked it to get high and listen to records and think at night like I was fucking Copernicus, whoever the fuck I thought I was. But then it came to a point where I realized that I needed marijuana to sleep. I never liked those Valiums, even though I took them from time to time. I didn't like how I felt in the morning, but I didn't mind how marijuana made me feel in the morning. And in those days, in 82 and 83, I got to be honest with you guys, I was getting some Superman reefer in New York. At the time,
What year?
This is 82, 83, 84, and 85. I'm telling you that I wouldn't lie to you. First off, when I was a sophomore in high school, there was a guy, his name was Pullman. He was a teacher's name. He was one of those cool hipsters already. He was cooler than everybody else. And he ran the department where they built the stages. And if you did his class, you hung out the whole day, except for twice a year, where you built the stage of Jesus Christ Superstar. And then in the summer, you built this crack for the Nutcracker Suite or whatever the fuck it was. But Bob Pullman's claim to fame was that he lived in Hawaii in the summer. That's what made him cool. That he was a Jersey guy, but in the summers he was a Wahoo, and he did all this shit. And, you know, the whole thing. Me and him never really fucking hit it off.
You didn't like Oahu?
I didn't like him. I never liked him, and I don't think he liked me, so it made it. And we knew this in freshman year. I got along with all the drug teachers, but I didn't get along with him. But to make my story short, in those days, in 78, 79, and 80, Pullman would charge you $35 for a stick with the weed had grown around it, and it would come right to the school in those days in a box. He'd show you the fucking box right from Hawaii. Whoa. And he would sell you, this is 82. I don't know if you remember, you were probably in your daddy's pants by those days.
No, I was born in 73.
So that was his fucking claim to fame, you know, so I don't know what he called it. He didn't call it Maui Wowie. He called it something different. It even came in a cellophane thing. In those days, it was $35 and you got barely 3 joints. It was sticky as fuck. You had to let it dry. And by the time it dried, Lee, it was 2 joints. Okay, so that was my experience with it. But there was a spot in Harlem, and they sold Hawaiian weed. At that time, by 80, 81, 82, I was pretty comfortable in those days, smoking a half a joint, taking a ride, going to get a milkshake, or a half a Cuban sandwich with a friend, and I'd go home, smoke the other joint, and within 20 minutes, it was La-La-ville. And that's how I used it. I'm not going to lie to anybody. For years, I knew one thing. I knew 2 things about marijuana. By 1985, I knew 2 things about marijuana at the age of 22. I knew that it put me to fucking sleep, and I also knew that when I smoked it and I put my Walkman on, which is IE is an iPod today, used to be a fucking Walkman. You have to have 50 fucking cassettes in your pockets and all that shit. And nothing was better in life than doing that and just going for a walk in New York City. Nothing was better than that. And then I discovered... What's that? I didn't know. In those days, I still listened to heavy metal. And then I realized later on, after I started comedy, let me tell you something. You know, and you guys look at it as a crutch, but it worked for me, guys. And that's all that fucking mattered. But I'll tell you, Lee knows. Lee's my witness. Lee, how much did we laugh on the way to the pipe store, to the bong store? We got a bong out of respect for Chris. He's Hawaiian. I didn't want to disrespect him. How much did we laugh?
The entire way.
I was half high already. You know me.
Always.
When I get high and I write a joke, when I look at that fucking joke, it makes the joke funnier. If I giggle when I'm high, that's a good fucking joke. If me and Lee giggle, it's a funny fucking joke. You know, when I used to act all the time, I get a script, I read it when I'm sober. I read it, and then I color it in. And then I smoke a joint. And I read it, and then guess what I do? I go for a walk and smoke a joint. I don't look at it for 15 minutes. Then I come back and I fucking read it. Now I mark the actions down. What exactly I'm gonna do. I do that on weed. For years, that's how I booked roles. It was a 1 hour process. And after that, just how I saw it is how I fucking rehearsed it. Bam. And I would make a scene out of the audition. I wouldn't just go in there and read anymore. I learned how to sell it, how to slow it down, and exactly what I would do if I was walking in the room to kick the door in to see Lee, or if I was walking in to have a conversation with you. What exactly do? I turn the light on. I close the door. I'm not going to just walk in and leave the fucking door open. You close the fucking door. You pull the chair aside. You walk over to the middle. You look around. You go, nice fucking digs. That's not even in the fucking script. But that's what you see when you smoke that fucking number. You understand me?
So, I understand. Have you heard of people going to auditions, Stone? Or
I did it, and you know what it got me? Shit, because your adrenaline goes up. And you don't know what's at the other side of that door. If they say to you, you're going to go see producers, you don't know if it's one chick with a fucking assistant, or you don't know if it's 8 motherfuckers and one of the actors. You know, what do you do if you smoke a joint, you think life is fucking beautiful, and you walk into a room and it's Travolta in there with the fucking casting director and the director's the little fucking midget. What do you do if you're stoned? Your adrenaline shoots up 1,000 over 1. You're going to start stuttering. Your hand's going to start shaking with the script on it. You don't know how bad life is till your hand is shaking with a script and you're trying to read and you're falling apart at the seams. You know what audition that happened to me on?
Which one?
The Sopranos.
No way.
First time I went in there, the producers, my hand was shaking like I was getting fucked in the ass. You understand me? I couldn't stop that twitch. My little hand was on fire and shit. I was just reaching out for somebody to get me out, to get that That's how bad my hand was shaking. And you could hear the sheet going. So that's what happens when you smoke weed. It's like when you smoke weed and you go to jiu-jitsu the first couple times. It's great until a 300-pound fat dude gets on top of you. And that 300-pound feels like 9,000, and you're out of air. And even after he gets up, you smell salami and fucking cold cuts and fucking marinara and whatever else you fucking
salami and marinara.
Let me give some shout-outs here. Look at my man Chris. You want another star?
I want to go order some food, man.
Oh, yeah, I
You're talking
figured that.
Salami and stuff.
Oh, please. You know I don't fuck around here.
I'm down.
First off, the big shout-out is to my boys in Philadelphia. Thank you, ladies, for coming out, all you guys. The poor girl I was going to smoke in the alley with, but it was a fucking nightmare. I love you, Philly motherfuckers. My man Trey, the insurance guy, as always, Bob Lalingas. Thank you for the fucking present. My daughter loved it. The baseball's tremendous. Garrett and Nick Richardson, thank you for the card I gave Lee, and thank you for the one you gave me. Thank you for coming for the show, and thank you for being a bad motherfucker. And I'm sorry I didn't smoke the bone of life with you. Listen, when I do those helium shows, guys, there's 250 people on the way out, and there's 250 people on the way in. And I spoke to the staff, and they were like, it's a fucking clusterfuck. And if you go outside, the people next door complain like they did last time. So you really can't go outside because in Philly, where the fuck are you going to smoke? You can't smoke on that fucking street there like animals. The owner gets pissed off, so forgive me if I didn't come out. I came out, I took a few pictures with a few people when the herd tamed down. You know I love you motherfuckers with all my heart, so thank you very much for coming out. Also, my fucking main girl over there, Hillary, she's like a fucking bad cold. She don't stop tormenting me. But Dylan, happy birthday this Wednesday, cocksucker. Whatever the fuck your birthday is. I'll see you motherfuckers in October 15th. I know you got tickets. You know I love you motherfuckers. Freddie Chavez, my man down under, Frank Barker, 10th Planet down there. And Thomas motherfucking Ebor, whatever your fucking name is. Also, shout out to my man, Mickey, what's his name? Anyway, don't fucking matter. Nick Gregorius, who actually I met. The dude who was on the podcast last week, I met him the other night. It was 102 fucking degrees at 6 o'clock. He had his gi on, I had my gi on, and he made me close my eyes and just fucking breathe and roll with him. And it was one of the most amazing things that ever happened to me. I never sweat so much in all my fucking life. I was thirsty for 2 fucking days. You understand me? I was having dreams that I was fucking thirsty. But I want to give a shout out to him and support his black belt brotherhood. Black belt brotherhood, because I tell you what, guys, he's the real deal. He showed up. He didn't accept any fucking money. He told me to give it to some donation.
Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood.
The Jiu-Jitsu Brotherhood, and he just taught me 2 or 3 little things. And you know what? This guy was sweating like an animal, and most people charge you $400 a fucking hour to do something like that. He wouldn't even take the small half year. Nothing. So if you're a jiu-jitsu person, support his videos. All these guys that come in here, him and Matt Baker, these guys are solid motherfuckers. So what's the direction that you want your company to go into right now? This CBD oil. What are the things that you're looking to do? What are the rules you're looking to fucking change? I mean, right now you're shipping it to 50 states. Right now I'm in Pennsylvania. I get flashbacks of Vietnam. I get urges to play the drums.
And somebody wants to get some of this stuff.
Right.
Well, there's gonna be. We have a website, and they can go to this website, get the information off the site to go ahead and get this. It's called globalcbd.org. And they can go there, and they can go ahead and get it from that site right there, and just go.
And
ahead.
there's no law limits. The DA is not gonna knock on their door like an episode of Cops. Send a fucking blonde
it's
chick
just a dietary
with a fucking...
supplement. It's a dietary supplement. It's a dietary supplement. It's not a drug. You can't get high here. Our THC level is so low. It's like granola. We're beyond legal. It's like, I mean, they make shampoo like this with this stuff in it. They sell that everywhere. They have cereal you can get like this. You get hemp hearts you can buy in the health food stores. I mean, you can buy this CBD oil stuff in health food stores as it is as well. You know, I want to make sure people get CBD oil and get the highest quality that they can find, you know. Prefer to stay away from the sugar and stay away from alcohol-based CBD oils.
One of the diseases that, touches everybody at some point in your life. You wake up every morning, every time after a certain age, you wake up every morning, you get a certain pain, and the first thing that comes to your mind is cancer. You really can't be an American if at a certain age you get a certain thing, you find a lump, you know, something, and that's the first thing that comes to your fucking mind. It is like your number 2 fear, you know. Here you are sleeping, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you eat healthy, and all of a sudden you get this urge, or your stomach, or blood, whatever it is, and you go to a doctor and get it checked out. Before I start chemo, do I go see a holistic doctor to put me on a certain balance of this?
You see,
I could attack it for 6 weeks, maybe. Are people doing that? Have you heard of that? That's the shit that has to get the fuck out there. That's what some guy has to go on 60 Minutes and go, listen, motherfuckers, let me tell you something. This guy came in here with a lump under his fucking shoulder. He couldn't even move it. Nobody knew what the fuck it was. It was a form of cancer. What we did before radiation is we took certain CBDs, we rubbed it topically, and we also gave them certain doses, and they gave them a certain type of treatment. And within 8 weeks, it went away. They did another test 16 weeks later. It was not back. They did another test 16 weeks more later. It's not back. And now the guy's living a healthy life. That's what we need to see on 60 Minutes to get people on this fucking boat. And even then, they'll be skeptical. Because, see, people are looking for a get well. See, that's the problem with CBD oil.
They think it's like seeing Bigfoot.
Right. Everything in life with America right now, nobody wants to take the long road. They want to take the shortcut. So even people that weigh 400 pounds will go, wait a second, maybe if I take CBD oil, this will melt the fat. There's so many fucking people that have bad intentions with this type of stuff. Then they end up fucking bad-mouthing it because they took it for all the fucking wrong reasons. Not to mention, you have to be realistic with yourself. For example, and me and Lee, we're just sitting here as decent Americans. But right now, let me tell you something, okay? So, Paul is going to move in with Lee. After 6 months, every time Lee wakes up, Paul is not in bed with him no more. Lee puts on 8 pounds, even though he's going to kettlebell class, and he's eating. He can't figure it out. He has no ice cream at the house. He doesn't go to eat with Joe Diaz, no tacos. He's been eating fish, chicken breasts, hummus bowls, He hasn't missed kettlebells. He has not done all this shit. Where the fuck am I going with this story anyway?
What's gonna happen when I gain weight after Paul moves in?
No. Jesus, that's why you can't do the CBD oil and smoke reefer, because they both mix, and that's the end of that thing. No. Where were we talking about here? I don't even fucking know where I was going with this.
Just about how some people have bad intentions.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. He wakes up one morning, and he goes, Paula, why do you keep fucking sleeping on here? And she goes, listen, you're snoring, man. You know, you're fucking snoring. When I first met you, you didn't fucking snore. What are you doing that you're snoring? You got to start smoking pot with Joey Diaz. So all of a sudden he goes home and tells fucking Paul he don't smoke pot with Joey Diaz. But guess what he's doing? His snoring is getting worse and worse. One night Paula says, you know what? Last night you were choking. This is basic America, because this is what I did, guys. So there you are. You're starting to choke. You want to prove her wrong. The first thing you buy is the nose strip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You buy that fucking stupid nose strip. And you know how much that works?
Zero.
Okay. Then the second thing you do is...
I always expected something to happen with those. No?
Right. Nothing happens. Let's be honest. And then the second... So it's like losing $6.99. But who complains about $6.99? Nobody. But they make fucking $4 times 10 million fucking times. And we become fucking idiots, because that shit will never work for you. Then you buy the syrup or something. They tell you smoking dope cures it. And you buy that shit, and that don't work. Then they tell you to buy some syrup you put on your fucking nose, and that don't work.
A mouth guard.
Then you're up one night, and I just saw that. Now they're really pushing that fucking mouth guard. I don't know what they want for it, guys. If you're choking in your sleep and you're snoring, okay, do me a favor. Don't buy that fucking mouth guard. Don't buy that mouth guard. You might as well take the $40, do coke one last time, and go see the doctor and tell them to request that you need a sleep study fucking thing. And that's it. There's no liquid that works. That Band-Aid don't work. The fucking invention on TBS don't work. The fucking machine that they sell on stupid fucking... my friend, I got an email. He bought $100-something machine at that place. Well, what my point is so many fucking people take all these shortcuts before really securing their remedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a remedy. You knew that you needed to go take a sleep apnea study. But the whole time you've been taking shortcuts with nose strips and motherfucking voodoo for your mouth. Yeah, because you actually believe that guy on TV that you're not going to fucking snore no more. You know what? Why don't you just go to fucking, where's the store where they sell fucking rash guards and knee pads? Right there on Burbank Boulevard. What's the store?
Oh, the boxing store.
No, not the boxing store. The other one. Go in there and buy a fucking mouthpiece. What's the difference? For $3.99, buy a fucking mouthpiece. What's the one they sell
Sports
you?
Authority.
Yeah, go to Sports Authority and buy a fucking $10 mouthpiece and give it a shot. If that don't work for you, you need to go see a fucking doctor. It's the same difference. Don't tell me it has a spoon. Yeah, it's choking me to death. That's just fucking what sleep apnea is. Well, that's what I don't want people to do with CBD oils. We're lazy as Americans. We're looking to push a fix. Oh, I tried that. It didn't fucking work. Well, you stupid motherfucker, you tore that fucking playing football. They had your leg hanging. You know, there's actually people in America that will resist taking care of that thing because they know what they did and they know what the result is. Something isn't right. I know my knee is not right. I'm telling you that. But you want me to tell you something? My wrist wasn't right when I started going to jiu-jitsu. And yeah, I do the mobility exercises and everything. But I don't have that constant little pain anymore. Yeah, if you throw me on my back and I go to fucking Kimura and I land and I go to pop up, I'm going to get a little sharp in action. It's 300 fucking pounds on my wrist.
Right.
But it's not that constant pain. Like I said, that's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
So all those little things is what people have to be honest with themselves. Whenever they go for a CBD, I don't want them to think this is the end-all be-all. I want you to look at this objectively with an open mind. You're hearing the reports. You know what? Google it. I Googled it.
Up your dose. I think.
I Googled it. Google it, motherfuckers. Tonight, when you're there by yourself in the office tomorrow, Google fucking CBD oil and the benefits, and then Google what's the opposite of benefits?
Cons.
The pros and the cons.
Negative
Benefits.
aspect.
And you're going to be fucking pretty impressed with what you're reading. Yeah, there's newspaper articles and there's Time magazine articles. And you know what, Lee, what did you say? You watched Pukra Shukra the other day, whatever his name was. And he went and talked to different kids. What's his name?
Oh, Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah, Sanjay Gupta, whatever his fucking name is.
Pukar Shubhra, I like
Whatever his name is. You know me, I'm bad with names.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I mean, I've seen it a lot.
What was he talking about on that?
He's had a lot of series about it, but this specific episode that I watched was a 5-year-old girl from, I believe, New Jersey who moved to Colorado because she was having 2 seizures every hour. And like it wasn't
I saw
Parkinson's or whatever. It was a different disease. But like the kids often die pretty young. And like the dad was like a Marine, so he didn't want to do weed, and the mom was like the perfect soccer mom like image, and she didn't want weed, but they saw that it had worked. And
how were they giving her weed at first?
In an oil, and the doctor didn't want to give it to her because she was so young, and at the end she just totally transformed her.
Did they take the hallucinogenic qualities out of it, or it was CBD oil?
Well, CBD oil, if I understand correctly from what I've seen, is it just doesn't have it's that CBD has a very low THC percentage, and THC is the hallucinogenic. So it's not that they take it out; it's just that it has low THC. And they talked to some growers in Colorado, and they said it's just a process of cloning and like mating plants in a certain way. And this is the worst explanation of it, I understand, but they breed them in a certain way to get the THC as low as possible and the CBD as high as possible. And then they talked to this one dude who had a disease where his like abdomen wouldn't stop tensing, like he can never catch his breath, which sounds horrible.
Oh my gosh!
And he's oh my god,
sounds like me.
Oh, I know exactly. That's what I was thinking. But he's skinny, and you could see it on his stomach, the muscles just going, and he had all these pills that he was on, and then he gave it to him. He took on the show. It was pretty funny. He couldn't really talk, and then he took one puff off of like a bowl, and then within like 2 words of the sentence, he was like a valedictorian again. It was pretty crazy.
I had a friend who would stutter, but whenever he did a line of coke, he would stop stuttering. I saw that for years. I saw it with my own eyes. He would be like an opera singer whenever he did 2 blasts of coke. Before that, he'd be stuttering, spitting. It was a fucking nightmare. No, listen, people. I've always told you how I feel. I've never fucking come on to you with nothing fucking creepy or nothing like this. This is something I believe in. I've read enough about it. I know what I've been feeling lately. I know what my body felt like. I mean, I got thrown, dog, 300 fucking pounds does damage to your body. Yeah, I'm trying to get healthy and the calisthenics and the fucking whatever, but I felt a different transformation in all those little nooks and crannies that you get. I sleep on my side. What do you think my shoulders are like? Every morning I wake up and a little shoulder pain. I got to twitch it a little bit and maybe do that mobility shit on my shoulder and get the fucking rubber red thing on my fucking thing and do twists and pull it. I don't have that the last fucking 3 weeks. So thank you for turning me on. That's why I just wanted to let the world know that this is available to them. When I got this from you, I did not know that this was legal in all 50 states. So if there's people listening to this and you know somebody or, maybe you just want to help yourself, go to what webpage?
That page here, just a second. It is the globalcbd.org. And
what do you know any experience that it has with like Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff like that?
I haven't had the opportunity to work with anybody with like Alzheimer's yet. I have worked with autistic kids, cancer patients, PTSD.
Does it help with Alzheimer's though? Is that one of the things that it works with?
I can't really say it because I haven't seen it yet, but Bogie's seen a lot of things, and we have a lot of testimonies on our site. You can see it.
Last week something came out about this and dementia.
I know it works really good with opening up other areas of your brain, which is to me that's something I want.
I read something. Can I quote it? No, I can't quote it. I didn't write it down. I didn't know the scheduling. I didn't know what this schedule was going to be. I should have paid more attention. But I did read something about the prevention. I didn't read deeper into if it was smoking it or eating it or just the CBD oil. But I did read a positive article about it. And like I said, guys, you know, I've been doing this show with you guys for 5 fucking years. I've never sat here, telling you I'm Betsy Ross's nephew. But 1,000 people can't be fucking lying.
No,
this what do you call that? This gold rush to Colorado for people's children and people's parents and all these different treatments for veterans is not fucking, people wouldn't just pick up and run. People just wouldn't uproot themselves, but they want their children to live and be legal and be able to go to school and for people to understand. That's why my question really was, if they get it, will they test positive?
There's nothing in here, man. Okay. I have people that have jobs where they get tested all the time, and there's no high in this. There's no high for them. Now, when they do the piss test, they've never, in over a year, we've never had anybody come dirty in a piss test. It's clean. It's healthy. It's just a dietary supplement. It's legal. It's like going to the store and eating condensed pear juice or something like that. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Like I said, man, thank you for opening up my eyes to this, because I have been thinking a lot about this. I've been reading a lot about this. I have a child. If I got put into a position, would I do it? Have you ever seen a child suffer? I'd have to give it a chance. So, but that's me. I'm a little open-minded. I understand. I get it. That I understand the pharmaceutical business and how it works. So, this is why I wanted to bring this to your attention. If you know somebody, go on the webpage one more time.
GlobalCBD.net.
Nope.
Or globalcbd.org.
You see what I'm dealing with here? I got Lee's fucking cousin in here now. And don't forget,
I keep saying salami and stuff, man.
I'm doing the whole No Expectations tour starting July 21st at Flappers in the fucking Yoo-Hoo Room, and August 4th at Flappers in the Yoo-Hoo Room. Then August 31st, I'm at the Ice House. Then September 8th, I'm Flappers in the Yoo-Hoo Room. Then September 28th, I'm back at the Ice House. Then October 4th, I'm at the Comedy Store. Then October 11th, I'm at the Comedy Store again. Cheap tickets, me working out my material for the fucking special. You'd be helping me out. I love you cocksuckers. All right, listen, number one, I love these people. Onnit.com. They got some fucking gut health you got to take a look at. They got some emulsified MCT oil you got to take a look at. They got some vitamin D3 MCT spray. They got the krill oil. Listen, you know me, baby. That hemp force protein is how I work it out every morning. It's light, a banana, some ice cubes. Nice. It fills you up now. I like it. It works for me. Gives me some fucking energy. I've always been a shroom tech type of guy. I'm just a little scared lately with the nose operation. I don't want to be able to breathe too much, and I got a heart attack from too much fucking oxygen. And me with the fucking alpha brain. 100% money back guarantee, no fucking questions asked. As usual, I'm not a scientist. Go to Onnit.com right now and they'll tell you whatever the fuck you need to do. And after that, you make your decisions. I can't help you with the weights, but supplements, I'm your fucking Uncle Joey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 10 points off your first order. Go to Onnit.com, go to the box, and tell them.
Church.
Bam! CHURCH. Slinging dick and giving out bubblegum over there on it. You'll feel better. You'll look better. And you'll be motivated. Get out there, cocksuckers. It's summertime. Nobody wants to stay in playing checkers. Everybody wants to be out fucking with binoculars, getting their dick sucked at the beach. Go to Onnit.com right now. Number 2. What's the name of it again? Global, what is it, dog?
globalcbd.org.
Damn, give it a shot. Columbus did. Free shipping, nothing. What did they get? Shipping?
Free shipping.
All right. Yeah. Go right there, right now. Your grandmother, she's acting funny. She's talking about fucking blowing Sinatra. Get some CBD oil. Take it to the hoop, Lee Sayat. Lee Sayat, you ready for another star?
You know what? I think I'm okay.
All right, just checking. I know you're
With
over there
his
looking all
870.
fucking lonely of it. And as usual, my main fucking, listen, Dot Susara, that fucking, the pouchy little bag there again. I went to, what's it called?
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack. I'm sorry, you know me. I smoked a couple fucking stars today. The fanny pack, I took it to fucking Philly and back. Again, the wallet, the cell phone, the fucking Q-tips in case my fucking ears fuck up on the plane. I spit on them and I put them in my pocket here. Or I dip them in the water. I don't give a fuck. Same difference. All right. And then what else did I have in there? I had my vapor pen in there. I had my fucking chewing gum in there. You know, that's the way it is. And it's right in front of you. You don't lose it. Even when you put the seatbelt down, boom, it fit over it. Like a doctor. Nobody touches you there. You got your shit secure. Not only that, I love the gym bag they gave me. One of the best gym bags I've ever had. You know why? Because I'm like a fucking secret agent. I got more zippers and more hidden compartments. I got 2 on this side, one for water, one for another water, and one for a fucking package of protein powder for after your workout. On the other one, I got my nose spray. On the other one, I got my cell phone. Inside, I got backup knee pads. I got a fucking gift certificate. I got a resume. You know me, Uncle Joey. I got a fucking BB gun. I got a blow dart. My point is, it's a durable bag. It's light. It's got a nice shoulder strap. You can carry it. The fucking thing opens up or close it. The zipper. They come with an extra bag to put your dirty rash guard in it. Listen, this is the fucking bag you've been looking for. Go to dsgear.com right now. I'm going to give you 5% off. They also have a $15 rash guard, an eco rash guard. They work with hemp, motherfuckers. Not only that, they support the EBI. They're part of the fucking game. Do me a favor. Go to dsgear.com and take a look at, even if you just take the rash guard and the fanny pack. Listen, you know me, I'm going to love you no matter what. If you like fucking bouncing on dicks, I don't like, I love everybody. I'm here to love everybody, all right? I want to thank Onnit. I want to thank
Use code Joey.
Joey for dsgear.com. I'm going to give you 5% off.
You really are an honorary Jew.
A what?
Honorary Jew. Packing Q-tips in the fanny pack.
You know me,
That's
dog.
OG
I gotta
status.
fucking take care of myself, dog. I
Your
got my
fingernail
vitamins in
clippers?
there.
Oh, of course, vitamins.
I got my vitamins in there, my blood pressure medication. I guess I get delayed at the airport.
Like a Benadryl?
I got a fucking, I got a phone charger in there in case I get delayed in the airport. I got a vapor pen. I may have a few edibles hidden, disguised in something else. Not even Pablo Francisco's dogs could sniff them out. You understand me? I got, you know, when I travel, you got to look good. You got a toothbrush in there in case they give you peanuts on the plane. You don't want to come out in chunks on your fucking teeth. You know, a little tube of fucking thing. A Visine. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself, Lee. You got to take care of yourself. You come prepared. That's why I like that little fucking fanny pack. People think the fanny pack is dead. The fanny pack is dead if you're a stylish fucking Momo.
No.
But if you're a businessman, you got your cash in there the whole fucking
Yeah,
week.
that's what I meant.
The only fanny pack I can see you wearing is the one from Uncle Grandpa.
Now, here's what you do. Here's what you really do, because you know me. I'm a Jew. I can't tell you I put the wallet in there, just in case I got to get into a duel with a motherfucker and he rips the thing off. The wallet's always in the front pocket and the fucking cell phone's always in the left.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying to you? But you know what I'm saying.
Well, now you give
Q-tips,
people maps.
you got backup, whatever the fuck you want to do. Anyway, I love you motherfuckers. Like I said, the No Expectations tour, anywhere from Flappers, Yoo-Hoo Room, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, early. I get you out early, no fucking drama. And come down and we'll fucking chit-chat. Lee'll tape it. Lee'll be there with us taping, taking fucking notes like my producer, and that's it. That's how it works out. I want to thank Chris Taloa for fucking being on the show and breaking down CBDs for you, motherfucker. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good night. Stay black.